When the noise fades, what remains? When the voices leave the room, when the applause dies, when the screens go dark, what is left standing in the quiet? We spend most of our lives surrounded by sound. Words explaining, machines humming, thoughts speaking louder than the world itself. We call it connection, but often it's escape. Noise keeps us company, but it also keeps us from hearing the one voice that doesn't shout, the one within. Silence begins when we stop trying to fill it. At first, it feels like absence, a space too big, too still, too honest. But if we stay long enough, the silence starts to speak. It speaks in textures, in air, in memory. It shows us what was always here, waiting under the noise. There is a moment right after sound ends, where the world holds its breath. That pause is sacred. It's the instant when truth has no costume, when what remains is simply real. Every echo carries the memory of its origin, and in listening to it fade, we discover what truly mattered about the sound itself. We fear silence because it doesn't distract. It shows us what we've been avoiding, the thoughts we postponed, the feelings we kept half buried, the tenderness we mistook for weakness. But silence doesn't accuse. It invites. It asks us to listen differently, to see that peace is not the end of sound, but its transformation. The world doesn't stop when it goes quiet. It deepens. In silence, colors gain weight. Light becomes slower, more deliberate. Even time itself seems to breathe. We notice the small rhythms again. The hum of the refrigerator, the distant bird, the whisper of our own pulse. These aren't interruptions. They're reminders, the echo of life continuing even when we pause. Sometimes silence reveals what words cannot. Two people sitting together in quiet can say more than hours of conversation ever could. That kind of silence isn't awkward. It's honest. It's trust made audible. It's the echo of connection without performance. The echoes of silence are memory's language. When we stop talking, we start remembering, not through facts, but through presence. The way a certain light once felt on your face, the smell of a place that no longer exists, the sound of someone's laughter still vibrating in your chest long after they're gone. Silence holds these echoes, gently, endlessly. In art, silence is the frame. In music, it's the rest that lets melody breathe. In life, it's the pause that lets meaning return. Without silence, nothing lasts, because everything becomes a blur. The echo is what gives shape to sound, the way shadow gives shape to light. We fill our lives with volume, believing that movement equals meaning. But there's wisdom in restraint, in speaking only when words carry care, in pausing before reacting, in allowing space for what doesn't need to be said. The quieter we become, the more we begin to hear what's real. Silence teaches us to listen to what remains. Not every truth announces itself. Some truths whisper, some truths wait. Some truths only appear when everything else has stopped moving. They live in the echo, that delicate vibration that stays when the sound is gone. To listen to Silence is to listen to continuity, because nothing truly disappears. It simply changes frequency. The huito words you spoke in kindness, the forgiveness you offered, the patience you held, they all keep resonating somewhere, in someone. That is the real echo, what lingers when our noise has passed. Sometimes the quiet after an ending isn't the absence of what was. It's the beginning of what's next. The silence after heartbreak, after loss, after goodbye. It's heavy because it's fertile. It's the soil where understanding begins to grow. Stillness is not death. It's translation. It's life speaking in a slower language. And if we listen with care, we'll find that silence never really answers. It reveals. When the noise fades, what remains is the shape of our attention, what we loved enough to notice, what we meant when words failed us, what echoes after sound is often what we truly needed to hear. If this moment brought you calm, stay a while, subscribe, and let this space remind you that silence doesn't end anything. It continues everything. Every day, we return here to listen, to breathe, to remember that what lingers in quiet is never empty, only eternal.
This is Form Within Mind, where calm takes shape.